Welcome back to Ferocious Education. This is Ed. Today I'm going to be talking about KBS Financial Group Limited. Their ticker is KBSF. So this is a company here that works in the fashion industry, where they've partnered recently with local manufacturers to make disposable masks. And with recent catalyst of the United States, some states are putting in laws to for people to wear masks, or just even recommending it. So this is kind of creating it as a catalyst, especially with the COVID numbers increasing in the US. So that's two catalysts there at the same time. So let's take a quick look first at the 1 month, 1 day period in order to try to a little bit find out the trends through average directional index and other indicators. So first of all, we can see that the 10 SMA is above the 30 EMA, so the averages look really good. The stock is above the 10 SMA, and once it goes a little bit below, it becomes in where reversals are more likely, as it falls in the average direction. The trading action zone. So the average directional index here is trading a little bit too highly, but it has been for quite a bit, even around, I'd say, starting on literally for quite a bit. I think on since the 12th. But it's still seen jumps since then. So that's a little bit of good news for me. William percent R is sitting in as an oversold, sitting at 81. So that shows in a little bit, perhaps positive momentum going to probably be coming. The momentum has seen a pullback and somewhere around similar to around this area here. And so we can perhaps see in a bit of a jump. Volumes are really low right now. They're in the 100,000s, I believe 107,000. So there's low volume for this stock, as well as the float is still considerably low. Now, I see that there's a lot of bag holders in here in the unbalanced volume, but still there's a lot of potential. So now let's take a quick look into at least the 5 days, 1 hour period. We can see that the MACD is still decreasing from the negative side, so it's leaning a bit more towards the green. So that's a little bit of a good news, but we might have, it's a bit similar to what happened yesterday, where it literally reverses at 5 a.m. in the morning and it just keeps decreasing. So that's a very important thing to look at, is at 5 a.m. in the morning, and see whether that trend continues or it breaks apart. Volumes have been dead almost all day, so it's a little bit trade. It seems that it is tending towards a little bit more trend, but a bit more on the sloppy side, at least for today. It is still considerably oversold. Momentum is still low and is highly chance. There's a high chance of it picking up momentum. The 30 EMA is is above the 10 SMA on the 1 hour scale, so that's a little bit dangerous. But the stock is still considerably above the 200 SMA and the 50 SMA. But the thing here about it is it's a catalyst play, so that's something to be considerate about. Looking into the moving averages, we can see that stock is trading above the moving average, so that's a good news for us. The moving average is here, the blue one with the purple in the middle, so that's an okay news for me. Where it's trading in just a little bit above, with the tail sitting at the moving average, so that shows in the moving average. It might pull it up, but what probably is going to happen is that the moving average from today to tomorrow is going to be around to the top of it. If it trades like today, it's going to be around what is it today, 239, and this is around 235. It's going to be 4 more, so it's going to be around 243. Going into the trend lines, first of all, I'm going to do the Fibonacci retracement. So I used the 6 months period to try to figure out the Fibonacci retracements. I'm going to do 1 month, 1 hour to see where that's sitting at right now, and you can see that the Fibonacci retracements is sitting around 2.27. So that's a little bit of a support, and we can see that it tested it today, and it seems to be a resistance / support for multiple times, so that's pretty good. Now the current next resistance is sitting around 269 based on Fibonacci retracements. So let's take a quick look to see on without Fibonacci retracements. We can see that it's around 276, and there's another one, there's a support at 246. So they're very close, so that's a little bit of range. So right now the support is sitting somewhere around 246, and with the Fibonacci retracements at 228. So there is a bit of a support, so I don't see it go a little bit below the, for instance, the low 2s. But there is a resistance currently sitting at, let's check here quickly, around the 254, and then again around the 273 period. So once that breaks, I don't see much resistance above that, other than going on next somewhere around 303 and then perhaps 328. So there's a lot of potential for growth here, but you need to be very careful on that. Now, going in a little bit towards the news, I don't see anything related in terms of big news coming in recently. The only big news coming in is just the collaboration they're doing. So let's take a quick look into industry peers. It seems that day has been read for a bit of majority of the industry peers for this company here. In terms of the quarter performance, it seems to have been improving and is going in more of the positive scale. So that's a company that is actually doing a bit more money, especially in a pandemic, if they're going in towards creating masks as well. So the fashion industry has took a hit, but this company is moving in the right direction. So that's a little bit of what my views on this stock is. So what would be my action of play? For me, I would love always to buy at a support rather than at a resistance. Right now, there is as well another support sitting at 251 and another one sitting at 244. But I wouldn't buy after market. I would always wait a little bit in the morning, as there's usually a sell-off period for this stock. I would say usually from what I see, it does a little bit poorly around lunch. But usually the major sell-off is around 9:30 to 10:30. And so I would consider picking up the stock for early on tomorrow. Thank you very much. Make sure to comment below. If you have any questions, send them through. Make sure to like, subscribe, and share this video if you like it. Have a good day.